Everybody, welcome back here to our podcast episode of the day. Another rock star agent that I'm going to get a chance to interview, and she's been top 5% of realtors nationwide with so many experience, dual licenses in 2 different states, and she's going to be sharing all her secrets, what she's been doing, and consistency to get where she's at after 8 years. So let's stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the page and share with other realtors so they can get insightful information and things you can take action today. But without any further ado, let's go meet our guest of the day. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode here in my podcast, and I am so excited you're gonna get to hear and learn for a top producer. Her name, none less, it's Payton 𝗵𝗆𝗵𝗵𝗵, soon to be 𝗍𝗍. She has earned her spot in the top 5% of realtors nationwide, has been featured in so many accredited realtor publications, and she has ranked also in the top 20 agents year over year on social media in her state, broken numerous record sales, and has closed multiple 6 figures year after year, helping countless families on a pace to build out an organization similar to our famous Mike Sherrard. Payton, welcome, and I'm so excited for you to share with us all the amazing nuggets that you have. So for now, let's just kick it off, just giving your introduction so everybody can hear and learn more about you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that introduction, Amanda. Hello, everyone. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy for you and creating this platform, and just really excited to share whatever you want me to share.
Yeah. So, you know, just a little introduction, your background, so people just can know more of who Payton is outside of your agent hat, and, you know, where you come from, your experience, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, a little about me. I grew up in a small town in Washington State, 𝗞𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗆𝗵. So I, always knew I wanted to do big things in life. I never thought I would be a real estate agent. That wasn't on my, what I want to be when I grow up. But it really came to play. And truly, I feel like I was born for this role, and just so honored to have it as a career and that it's an option for us. I'm sure you feel the same, having this type of career. So,
It's super awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So, I was born and raised in 𝗞𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗆𝗵. I first job was, I don't know if I'd call it sales, but it was a fast food like cashier role. So face-to-face with customers, learning how to talk to people. Got a job right when I was 16, went and had a interview the day after I turned 16, because if you're in, Washington State of the United States, can't get a job until you're 16. So always knew I wanted to get after it, get to work, start, building a life for myself. And here I am in real estate.
It's amazing. Now. You're a hustler girl, like your vibe, you go after it, and that energy just attracts. So now let's dive into what people are here for. It's to learn about your journey as a real estate agent. How long have you been in the business? How did you get started? Got into this area. As you said, this was not something you're thinking about it, you want to be when you grow up. So how did you bump into real estate, and here you are?
Yeah, so I remember I had moved to California, as a lot of young, fresh out of college kids do. And I moved to California. I wanted to be in a sunny state, and I wanted to start a business. I was originally thinking interior design firm, and being an interior designer. And I went and kind of dabbled in that, and I it was still an option, and I ended up moving back to Washington. For one reason or the other, Washington State. And when I came back, I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go with career. Interior design was on my mind, but so was real estate. And I remember I was sitting in my dad's garage. I went to visit him and his wife in Graham, Washington, so on some acreage. So we're in the garage, and chatting over some wine and a beer. And I remember he said, with who you are, you would do amazing in real estate. And I didn't really think about being a real estate agent. I was just thinking doing something in the real estate world or interior design, since it was a good blend. And so I think it was like that next week, I called two of the bougiest, most luxury agents that I knew in Bellevue, and like the, iconic, most expensive area in Washington State. And I asked them if they would get coffee with me. I said, hey, can I learn about the industry? And both of them said yes. And I met with them on Friday, both in different companies. And I ended up leaving there with an executive assistant job as an assistant to a real estate agent. So that was kind of what got me into the business.
Wow, I love that. You're just like, well, I'm just going to get started as some people. And you're like, who are the top of the top? Because I want to be, next to them. And not a lot of people have that vision, and how that can be so incredible, important for you starting this business. Then you started just as an assistant. So you're not a real estate agent yet.
Right. So, and I think a lot of people don't have that type of network to know people who are high producers. I was working as a concierge at a high-rise luxury condominium building and meeting the same people. There's 500 units in that building, 2 towers, and 2 of the agents that lived there, again, just living the lifestyle that I wanted, driving the cars that I want, making the money they want, going traveling for 3 weeks and going to Europe and just living that life. So thankfully, I knew the power of networking, and I started a business at 17 and just knew how important it was to put myself in that type of environment. So I built a really good network there, and those are the 2 agents that I reached out to, and started out as an assistant. And I did that for a year, and then I had, there was a turning point. I had like 1.5 million in escrow, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to be an assistant anymore, making, $20 an hour. So I spread my wings and I never looked back. And it's been great. 8 years later, I'm still in the business, still growing, and have an organization of a team of agents that I'm, helping achieve success and production. And it's just an incredible opportunity.
Wow, that's amazing. 8 years. So just kind of diving on that a little bit, like, I know you did the assistant job, learn a little bit what it looked like. As you said, being an assistant, getting the bare minimum part of it where you knew your potential, got your license. What were some of the first things that you dived in the beginning of just like, to make connections, to get your first clients and whatnot?
Yeah, so I remember just learning from them. I told them, if I take this job as your assistant, just know I'm going to get licensed. I'm going to go independent. And as long as you're good with that, in a year, my plan is to be independent. And then, power of manifestation, it was literally a year that I ended up going independent, and kind of funny to look back on. But I would say the first things that I did to build that was looking at my database. They always said hit your sphere. I remember I went through my entire contact list. I went through all my contacts on LinkedIn, and I manually went into LinkedIn, clicked on each person, copied their email, copied their phone number, put them in my CRM, copied everybody's contact info that I possibly could find that knew me, that, would not be opposed to hearing from me, put them in my database, and made sure that they were getting, a mailer from me at least once a month. They were getting 2 emails from me a month, and making sure that I called them every so often and just saying, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a good holiday. What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun? And then, of course, I fell in love with doing open houses and hosting open houses. At the time, I thought it was incredible to do 4 open houses a weekend. So I always had open houses lined up. So I did 4 a weekend, pretty nonstop. I didn't really do anything for fun on the weekends. I said no to a lot of things. And open houses were a big way to build my database. I met a lot of unrepresented buyers and sellers and neighbors who came by who were, looking to make a move or sell or invest in real estate. So those people who came in got added to my database. Again, they get hit with the mailers. providing value in that mailbox once a month, to email and, market updates with nearby events, things that would appeal to them and be of interest. And really built like that reputation. And once they get that for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you become that go-to person. But I would say, a lot of times you don't work with people that know you. That comes later. But a lot of it was, I didn't even know these people, but I built rapport. And, they ended up knowing, liking, and trusting me. And they're still my clients to this day. I still do repeat business with them. And they still get those mailers. They still get Christmas cards. They know who I am and I know who they are. And we have really great relationships. So definitely the relationship business is what we're in. So that's what was really important to me.
Yeah, I think the moment you stop looking at this business just a transaction, which there are people that, get out there and just, do transactions. But I feel like when you build relationships, that one transaction can turn into multiple because of the relationship, right? So how you treat people, how you make them feel, and how you continue to touch, throughout the year with all the things that you just said that you do. It's so important. Like even today, I something that I learned from you about just, doing the quarterly, touches, and my client was just like, you don't cease to surprise me, but it's just like, it's one little thing that he can turn you always stay top of mind. So that is super cool. So now, obviously, you say 8 years, you kind of some of the things that you did when it started. And today, so many things that you're doing, you're growing a team, you are in 2 states. So maybe if you want to just kind of share that journey, like where you're at today with license in multiple states, growing a team, how is that going for you? Like, what's your vision? What is your strategy?
Definitely. Yeah. So, real estate has taken me places that I never would have thought I would have went when I started, and just the opportunity and with the people that I partnered with, how much the world has opened up to me is just unfathomable. I would have never thought. But at the same time, I get why I'm here. It's everything I could have ever manifested. And I had my old vision boards. I look back, like this is what was on it. So it's very intentional. And I think that's just really important. Everything you do in life needs to be intentional. Every choice you make, every decision you make, where you give your word and staying true to that word is so important, because as soon as that word and trust is lost, like there goes your business, there goes your reputation, there goes that client, and whoever they know. So I think that is just an important piece to this business. As far as like where I'm at with growing a team and taking on that role, it's been extremely rewarding to see, especially seeing, we have super seasoned agents that don't need, much help, but they're like, oh my gosh, I would have never thought to market this way. I would have never thought to put myself out there and have it be like its own revenue or lead source. So there's a lot of like effective, innovative strategies that I think a lot of seasoned agents don't utilize, that they can do one time and sort of create this like residual effective leads. And then for newer agents, seeing a 20-year-old close their first deal and get a check for 15 grand, 20 grand, and just be so stoked on that and excited for the next and hustling. So it's been really fun, and definitely like we are on pace to really, really grow. The goal is 200 agents by this time next year, which is January 29th, so of 2026.
Let's go.
So it is very, very exciting. And it's something that I love, because I don't have to be the only person. People can learn and pick and choose what they want to learn about that I do, that they love, or the style that I have. But just having the resources of the rest of our team, that makes building a team, more seamless, and they get to learn from all of us. They get to learn from you and everybody within our organization. So that's just been so fun, and to learn from everybody else. Like I get all the same exact resources and things to pick up nuggets from everybody. So, I just got off the call with Mike Sherrard and another agent and just soaking up game left and right. So, every day is different and it keeps you on your toes, and this business is just mind-blowing. So, I'm excited for whoever's listening. If they're in the business, if they're not in the business, if they just love real estate and they like to hear about it and watch all the shows and things. It is a chaotic business, but it's so cool and it's so rewarding, not only growing a team, but just helping families and seeing how excited they are when you call and say that the offer is accepted or we got your house sold. Or they had it listed with a previous agent, had a really terrible, shitty experience. And then they, meet us and they're floored and just so happy because it gets sold and it's seamless and stress-free. It's been fun.
No, and it's been, obviously I got to meet you in in different events and whatnot. And I know we built the relationship first before, it moved on to worked out for us to be on the same group. But, I got that impression from you, like from day one meeting you like your energy, how positive you are, and you just like how helpful you want to be. Even though we were at the time, in totally different companies and things like that, you're totally ready and willing to help. And then obviously we connected in a personal level too, which is, I feel like the community that is being built in here, it's like, it's another set of family, you know what I mean? Like, just like, sometimes I probably talk more with some of you guys than I do, with some family member, just because when you're on the right mindset, and you have the same people that wants the same thing, it helps you drive forward. So with that, kind of segueing a little bit, because, obviously, having a structure, having a community, a team that supports you, those things are super important, but also individually remembering that you still own your own business, right? Real estate, you are your boss, you have people to partner up with you, but it's still your business. So what would you say, either kind of turning to more like either lessons learned, but around just working on your mindset, you're already touching a lot of good things in there, having your vision board, your affirmations, and you're just kind of, putting that forward, because I feel like those things are so important. But if you can touch on that, for you, I know you already shared that helped you drive your business or get where you want to be because you had your mindset, put together. But a lot of people struggle with that, right? So if you just want to touch on that and how that has been helpful for you, and share that with whoever is watching.
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like one thing that I struggled with a lot, up until maybe 2 years ago, was just having that life balance. From separating your business and work, and also your emotions with the business, because there's constantly, fires being thrown at you. There's new challenges to figure out and come up with a solution to whatever the problem is, and it happens all the time. I've literally had like legit fires that were put out at our listings. So just being able to bob and weave and not get too emotionally invested, because your client's emotions are so invested. So when you're an empath and you're picking up on your client's stress or, fear, and it's our job when they express that at the listing appointment, or when they're, talking for the first time about what it's going to look like to purchase the home, and just take that and put it to the side and kind of cater it to it, but not get there as well. Because I've had sleepless nights where I'm just thinking about my clients and what they need, and, what they might be feeling. And it could be empath. It could just be me, caring so much about my business and how they feel and wanting them to be stress-free. I always say, I'll carry the stress for you. You just show up and sign when I need you. That's the end goal all the time. So having that life balance, knowing that nothing's ever really that serious. Yes, we are dealing with people's largest assets, and you need to be extremely thoughtful and intentional and careful. But, I have a life outside of real estate too. And so many times the worlds are blended because it is such a relationship-based business, and you have these friendships with your clients if, you guys like each other. But having that balance, and I don't know how to advise strategy on that other than, spend your weekends growing your business and being out in the business, because that's when people are ready to buy and sell, or depending on your demographic of clientele, maybe they're available, other times of the day, obviously. It just depends, but still saying yes to things, but also honing in on the business when you need to, and being able to delegate is a major piece that we don't have to do certain things. There's things that can easily be outsourced, and we need to be focusing on the key pieces of being a real estate agent, which is that communication with your client, going to the appointments, going to the initial appointments, making sure that they feel heard and understood and know their goals, and be, doing open houses, getting calls up, making those touch points to build the relationships and get out there into communities and places that you want to be. If you want to be in new construction, you need to be around builders. You want to be in a high class, high, price point, you need to be in those places. So you got to get out of your house and also enjoy yourself and, blend the two, but still have a good work-life balance and kind of control your mindset.
Yeah, no, that is so true. And it's just I feel like one thing's built on the others, right? If you have your vision, you have your goals, and you get better at knowing what it takes to get there, because those options and those plans are available for all of us, right? All it takes, if we're gonna actually, take action, but at the same time, you will have to say no to few things to say yes to other things, right? So there will be some choices that you make along the way. But I think it is important, why are you doing this, right? What's your why? And, family is important to us. I know that. And just kind of how we insert that. It's not that it's just even family time is putting on a calendar, but at least at that time you're present, right? You're with them, or you're trying to do, fun things. I love being around the community and, being around. Or also make things happen, right? What do you enjoy that you can be around people and blend the two together so you're still having fun, right. And, checking off some of those moments, right? As well. But as we're just kind of, wrapping up in here, we cannot leave without you giving any advice, for someone that, you're been in the business for a while. So let's focus on someone that has already been in the business for a while. Maybe they're just feeling stuck, or maybe they're comfortable. Maybe there is a itch. Oh, I could do more, or something like that. But they're just feeling, oh, maybe this is all I can do, or there is fear, there are different levels of fears accordingly to how big your goals have been. So if you have any advice for someone that has been in the business for a while and just need to get launched into their, their next season, and anything you want to share.
Yeah, I would say for a seasoned agent who has been making the same income year after year, loves the lifestyle, but kind of wants more, look at your environment. And if you continue to do the same thing over and over, you're going to get the same result, or you might make a little more the following year. But if you really want to go beyond that and build a legacy for yourself, or, something beyond just your time. Because at the end of the day, business owners, the whole goal is to stop trading your time for money. And I feel like as agents, we're still trading our time for money. We have to be there. We have to be putting in our time, if we're doing it the traditional way of doing real estate, to get paid and make a living for ourselves and put food on our table. And if you can find a way to get out of that, of trading your time, being at all the appointments, being at open houses, showing the houses, there are systems in place, and there are incredible agents that still have a really strong relationship business that, they're less involved in the minutia. So creating systems, duplication, going beyond just your state. I am licensed in 2 states. Like Amanda said, I'm in Arizona and Washington State, and I go back and forth. And I'm a snowbird at 29 years old, and there's other opportunities out there. So I would say think bigger, and there's more to real estate than resell homes, new construction homes. There's a lot you can do to make it bigger and see more opportunity.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I was so excited to get the opportunity to do this, even though I know your story, but I feel like more people needed to hear this today. Thank you so much for your time, because I know you're a busy bee and you're killing it. Can't wait to do this again in a year so we can talk about how amazing 2025, was for you. It's, I'm super proud to be a friend and a partner, and just to see all the growth that you're doing, growing your business, and also just being part of your life. But for everybody watching, thank you for spending the time with us today. I am going to put all Payton's information so you can reach out to her, find her on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. She's everywhere, and just, learn from the best of the best, because there will be something that you can learn just by following her. And then, don't be a stranger. If you have a question, DM her, send her, a text message or an email, because I know she'll get back to you. But, for now, Payton, thank you so much for being here. So grateful to be doing this together. And I hope everybody have an awesome time. And make sure you check it out for, week after week. We're going to have amazing guests here coming and sharing with you their story. And then hope you get inspired. And if there's anything we can ever do, make sure to reach out to us. But for now, we'll say bye.
Bye.